to stand up like that against some world-class players was brilliant.
What does it do for the younger guys, that sort of performance, particularly the bowlers?
I think it gives them a huge amount of confidence, because T20 can be a brutal game at times, and you can be on the end of you can be bowling really well, and you can be on the end of some destruction at certain times. And the way that they stood up all throughout the tournament when we were hard up against it was really impressive. The way that they kept training day in, day out to get better was outstanding. So really proud of all our youngsters, and I think it shows a huge amount for our future. Let me just hold it, mate.
Zach Evans in particular tonight?
Yeah, he was outstanding. I thought the way that he bounced back, especially after his first 2 balls went for 10 runs, was unbelievable. To Matty Wade, who can be as destructive as anyone in the world when he gets going, showed real character, real skill, and a real clear mind under pressure, which is so important.
How do you reflect on the team's season as a whole?
Really poor. Yeah, it was a really poor season. To not give ourselves a chance to make finals was disappointing, and for it to be over quite a long way out was disappointing. Myself, I had an absolute shocker with the bat. The harder I trained, the worse I got, which is the opposite to what everyone tells you to do. So it was just one of those seasons in T20 cricket when you're looking to be aggressive, looking to take risks. Sometimes it goes against you. For me personally, and that's okay. I can wear that. But I think there was more upside than downside than the result, more than the results suggested. Like I touched on with the youngsters, really proud of all of them. Will Sutherland, he had a couple of tough games. The way that he bounced back, you forget that some of them are only 18. A lot of them are between 18 and 20, which I forget that at times, because they've been around the Victorian squad and the Renegades for a couple of years. It makes them feel like they're 24 and 25, and you expect a lot from them. It's not until you sit back and reflect after a game that you realise how talented and how good these kids can actually be if we just let them play, keep their mind clear. So disappointing results-wise, but a lot of upside. Geez, I hope so. I hope so. I hadn't seen him bowl before the season, so I didn't really have any expectation, to be honest. In a good way, that's no disrespect whatsoever. He's been unbelievable. I've loved the way that the energy that he brings, the way that he's a cult hero, shows that you're doing something pretty special. He's unique. The way that he bowls is different to the way most leg spinners are taught in Australia to bowl. Fast through the air, fast off the wicket, turns the ball enough both ways, wants the ball in his hand all the time. When things aren't going well, he wants the ball. He wants to be the one that changes it. We saw tonight he bowled some hard overs to get McDermott out, who's been in great form. It's super season. Really proud of him. Lovely bloke, a bloke that around the change rooms, the boys love having around. Yeah, I think so. I think my wife worked it out the other day. It was something like 20 days or 21 days since April that I haven't been in lockdown or a bubble, so it's not a huge amount.
What do you do over this next period? Do you play the Shield game, or do you have a spell before
we go to New Zealand on the 7th. What date's the Shield game start? No, I'm going down to the beach for a few days. Relax. My kit bag won't be coming out of my car, I can tell you. It'll be locked away, and we've got 14 days of quarantine and training once we get to New Zealand. So that's plenty amount of time. I think it'll probably be, for me personally, maybe 4 or 5 hits once I'm there, and that should be good enough. I know what I need to do to get ready. Just clear mind. That's the most important thing.
Split squads at the moment with the international team. Are you going to be involved selection-wise and having a view as to who you might like to see get a look at ahead of this T20 World Cup?
What do you mean exactly? I don't know.
South African children and New Zealand.
Yeah.
Are you going to be involved in captains in terms of selection and so on? And a lot of these guys will think that's good might put their hand up.
Yeah, there's a lot of players that have put their hand up through some great performances. I think to see Josh Philippe up second on the run score, and Tanveer Sangha, the way that he's gone about as well, I think that they're all names that will get thrown up, no doubt. It's impressive to see what they've done with a lot of young kids around the country. And again, you always forget Philippe's so young as well, don't you? He's such a young kid. But yeah, that'll all be discussed. I'm not sure how it's going to be structured up in terms of South Africa and New Zealand. I'm not 100% sure.
outside of domestic? Is that
No, I wouldn't say that there's no more red ball cricket, but like I said before, the young Victorian kids that are coming through, I don't want to be standing in their way taking a spot, to be honest. We've got some great young batters who with big hubs and bubbles and things like that, there's going to be more more players on tours. So I don't want to be standing in the way of these young kids getting a game when I'm not playing Test cricket again. So, yeah, hope that answered it indirectly.
Is it almost just becoming impossible to be able to do both 50 at a high level, especially if you're trying to get back?
Yeah, I think I think if you're playing a few formats of the game, need to be a real chop out from the selectors, from Cricket Australia to, like you notice what in England are doing with their squads at the moment. There's guys that aren't travelling for the first 2 tests and coming in. So if the COVID bubbles and hubs continue on for a long time, that'd be something that would be looked into, no doubt, because the welfare of players is paramount, and being locked up for months is pretty unsustainable, I think, when you're away from your families and families can't travel and stuff like that. So yeah, but that'll be individual as well. I think that goes with some guys who are married with kids will find it tougher than a young single guy, for example. So I think you just have to monitor everything in that regard. Cheers, guys.